Hey, Fruitbun here, and I am here with another Melty Blood lore video. So, before I created this one, this is pretty much like a branch off, like a continuation from my previous lore video, which is Hisui in back lore video. But you can see it as different things, but we're going to be focusing on Hisui and type Lumina, and specifically just her last arc, right? So a little bit of background, right? As you could tell, right, I'm doing a little bit something new with the YouTube channel. I wanted to look back at the good old days of Tsukihime. I've been, we've been hearing a lot of news this recently about Aoko new movie in 2022, and you know what's after Aoko new movie, right? We gotta do Tsukihime remake. And so before the Tsukihime anime, and we step into the new era, a Tsukihime remake, right? The new era of Type Moon. Let's take a couple step backs, right? Couple step backwards and look at the good old days of Tsukihime. So with the backstory out the way, let's go ahead and begin. Hisui lore video, Melty Blood type Lumina, last arc. And what is her last arc called? Well, I got it up here. Well, you can see it too. Tono Blade Shiramana Tree. Sorry if I butchered that. So first thing first, let's go ahead and look at what the video what the last arc looked like. There we go. Alright, sounds good. Let's go ahead. Go. Okay. So yeah, I know what you're thinking. Why the hell to make out like a katana out of nowhere? Who was that guy? Who was that girl kicking her? Why is that super so sick? Alright, so one step at a time. Before I start explaining anything, right? Let's go ahead and break it down with your zero knowledge so far. You may have some knowledge, but this is let's go and break it down before we explain anything. So you know Hisui, right? I explained it previously on my Hisui in back lore video, right? Moveset lore video. Hisui is a very shy maid, right? So she pushes you in a very shy fashion. And then a strange, mysterious hero, masked hero, gave Hisui a katana. Katana unsheathed the katana. Hisui unsheathed the katana, destroys her opponent, and then a rich Ajo-sama kicked her out of her senses to, bring her back. And then Hisui just on the ground, looking confused, saying, "What happened?" And then that's the end of that last arc. Yeah, very sick looking last arc. So let's begin explaining. So Hisui has what we call, what some people would call cutlery fetish, right? She likes blades, right? They did kind of mention it in the OG Tsukihime. Let's go all the way back in time and take a look at where it was first explained. Centimeters long. So I'm gonna go ahead and mute this. It's just me reading the visual novel. Alright, this is like the very beginning of the visual novel of OG Tsukihime. You can look up the playthrough on my YouTube channel if you want to look through it. But basically the scenario, Kohaku gave, she's trying to give Shiki a wooden box. Shiki opened the wooden box and he found a fruit knife, right? And then on the fruit knife, it was written 7 nights. And then that's when Hisui started to explain, Shiki, why that fruit knife's so special. Nanatsu Yoru. That's what the fruit knife is. That's what's engraved on the fruit knife. And then Shiki said, "Surprise!" I turn around. Hisui, who has been silent, is over his shoulder. Shiki said, you surprised me. Hisui, you should say something. You don't have to look over my shoulder like that, And then Hisui, if you want to see it, I'll show it to you. Hisui responded, and her cheeks, she got really red, right? She's a little bit embarrassed, right? I told you she's a shy maid. And that's just me basking. Hisui blushes, right? Because I really like Hisui. And then Hisui says, "Please excuse me, that knife is so beautiful that I cannot help myself." And then Shiki replied, "Beautiful? You really think it's beautiful? It looks kind of beat up to me." And then Hisui responded, "Not at all. The tempering of the blade is masterful. I think it is a knife with its own proper history." And then Shiki replied back, really? It looks like a piece of junk. And then Hisui, not Hisui, Shiki, he thought, but since Hisui seems so convinced, I begin to feel the same thing. In its own way, I guess it's not such a bad inheritance. And then 7 nice. So it displayed, that's when Hisui first displayed her cutlery fetish. And as far as I remember, I don't think they ever really show it again in Tsukihime, OG, or Kagetsu Toya. So in the remake, if they could like, I don't know, make it more noticeable that she has a cutlery fetish, that'd be tight. And then now fast forward in time, there's another piece of media that also show off Hisui's love for blades, which is this. That Carnival Phantasm opening. So as you can see right here, Hisui, she been cuddling with a katana for decades, right? The real Tsukihime fans, they knew this entire time when they saw the last archetype Lumina, right? But dang, they didn't make it obvious though. They didn't make it obvious. I wish they did, but that's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool Easter egg. So, and then there's Kohaku in her China dress as well, but we're here for Hisui, so let's focus on her and not get too off topic. So Hisui, she been cuddling up with a katana for decades. What I didn't know, right, as you saw my resume in the beginning, right, I'd never read Take Moon before. Take Moon is a manga, right? Carnival Phantasm is adapted from Take Moon manga. Take Moon's like pretty much one of the first, I'm not sure it's like the first, but one of the earliest Type Moon ship posts, right, where they gather all the Type Moon characters and just create a whole bunch of ship posts. It's pretty godlike. I recommend reading it. I'm also actually doing like a reactionary Andy video on my YouTube on Take Moon. So if you want to read it along with me, you can. If you can search it in my YouTube channel. But yeah, so that's another piece of media. They show off Hisui with the katana, right? And then they expand the joke even further, right? Fast forward 2021, decades later, 2021. They take it further. But before we even go there, right, I should have explained it in right here. Actually, I should explain the manga. So this is what the Take Moon chapter from. Remember I mentioned Take Moon chapter, right? Carnival Phantasm is based on the Take Moon manga. So this is one of the chapter. If you can see up there, chapter 10.5, Hisui find a blade, and then she's like, I don't know, she's like swinging around the blade, right? And then she's blushing a lot. And then Shiki's, well, I'm gonna go ahead and read the manga. What the hell is she doing? Cutlery is Hisui-chan fetish, didn't you know? Eh? Really? Every now and then she secretly let herself go into another world. It'll be really difficult to call out to her right now. No surprises here. So are these the perversions that stem from being raised in a closed environment? We can see Hisui-chan face it. This is a golden opportunity. Excuse me? Not even Akiya-sama know about this. Shiki-san is so lucky of being able to see. I see. I've seen the cat playing by herself in a strange way too. So I got an idea of what it looks like. So when you say cat, let's not get too off topic, right? Like I said, I'm also doing like a Type Moon reactionary Andy video on my YouTube. So you can look forward to that video when I break it down. Well, not break it down, but question some stuff. So now we just see Hisui just ordinarily like cleaning, doing her maid duties. She found a sealed box, and that sealed box, right? And it says, "Wah, Kohaku-san, Kohaku-san." That's Shiki screaming, "Help me!" Huh? What is it, Shiki-san? That Hisui-chan. And made with a Japanese sword. That's a very, very moe combination, bleeding Japan and the West. So thrilling. It's like when I ate shiratama and ice cream together and it was delicious. That's awesome, Kohaku-san. What are you saying? My demon sword demands the tone of blood. Unless you wish to be sliced open, please present me with the landlady. Ah, it's that sword. Back then, when Makihisa-sama was inverting in life, him and his relatives would take turns to mingle one another while fighting, so this ended up being the booty. Where is Akiya-sama? My sword yearns for her blood. The heart of the person who bears that sword will become stolen and become a puppet for the sword. Scary. Why would you say such a dangerous thing? Where's Akiya? Akiya-sama is away from home. Fortunately or unfortunately. And then she said some weird, gibberish, right? She probably said that too during her last arc drive when she's cutting you up. I don't know what that says though. Whatever, I gotta take that sword. Okay, I got no choice but to do something. Stop! And then Shiki tried to take the sword. And then he almost got cut. Ah! My sword is my belonging. I shall not let anybody seize it. The sword shall bring down Akiya-sama at dawn. My sword, my. And then she's like breathing heavily, just like in a Carnival Phantasm opening. She's rubbing her face with the sword, or she's touching it. And then she's like, wow. Right, Kohaku just staring at her too. May any intruder interfere, they should not be forgiven. Even if it's Shiki-sama or Ne-san themselves, I will use all of my power to eliminate them. That being said, let's eat. Let's eat. And then Akiya kicked her, says, quit it with the cutlery. And then slap like a seal on Hisui and slap a seal on the sword. As punishment, Hisui will suffer from 99% salary cut for a while. The demon sword is now confiscated by the authorities. Welcome back, Akiya-sama. Ah, that's right. Nissan, maids with Japanese swords, do you really like them? Do Shiki like them? 1, 2, or 3. I like them, I hate them, don't answer. What would say? Well, they aren't altogether displeasing. And then she put a seal on Shiki, right? Because Aki is probably a little jealous. I like that. So this is the origin. This entire manga, well, not manga, but this entire chapter, Take Moon chapter 10.5, that is the origin of Hisui last arc. So what I wanted to say earlier, right, before, I forgot about, telling you guys about the origin of her last arc, is they took the meme even further. So Nasu took the joke even further, the decade old joke, 10-year-old joke, right? He took the joke even further. I don't think I think it's the Take Moon guy. He pretty much started the joke, but Nasu, he enhanced it even further. Now we're here, 2021. Type Lumina arcade mode. Hisui and Kohaku are rich, according to Kagetsu Toya. I don't know if they changed the lore in the remake, but Hisui and Kohaku get paid a lot. You can see it on my YouTube channel. Even after his death, they still get that cash. Yeah. What? Okay, we can pause that. I just want to drink some water, I'm not gonna lie. So, I can see in the opening, right, Hisui, screw it, it's not that long. Let's go ahead and just do it. Man, I hope they add Miyako back. Not back, but I hope they add Miyako in the Tsukihime lore. Just to see her. That'd be cool. And Koma too. In the original Melty Blood, Miyako is kind of like a stalker. She peeped through the window of the Tono estate. She's trying to observe Hisui and Kohaku in the original Melty Blood. That was a pretty funny row. It looks like they're still keeping that spirit alive in Type Lumina. Miyako is still kind of a stalker now. Yeah, Miyako is a stalker. She just want her Oni-chan back. Even though she never talked to him for 10 years. Hisui is so nice. Hisui is the purest girl, purest heroine out of everyone's Tsukihime. I think everyone's Tsukihime is a Yandere, personally. Arc, Ciel, Kohaku, definitely Akiya, and Sasuke. Because, we saw what Sasuke tried to do to Shiki in the original Tsukihime, right? She tried to make Shiki into like a zombie, right? Her zombie, but she failed. So yeah, so Hisui is like the only one that was not like a Yandere until like Kohaku ending in the original Tsukihime. They kind of made her into a Yandere now. And then also, if you look at her last arc in this game, Type Lumina, I think they actually in a remake, I think they made Hisui more of a Yandere now. Nah, I didn't know at the time. Looks like it. I didn't know at the time.
わかりました。勉強熱心なのは良いことと存じます。どこまで期待に添えられるかはわかりませんが、誠心誠意お話しさせていただきます。これは先週のとある夜の出来事ですが。
So Hisui, we're going back in time. So they started the arcade, right? Opening for Hisui. They started her story mode with Hisui talking with Miyako. And Miyako, let's see. I guess she's telling Miyako a story. She said it all started last week. Right. And then I got part 2 right here. What the hell? Is this canon now? Right. Does Hisui just know how to use a katana? That's godlike. Well, it's been canon. I didn't know. Like I said, I never read Take Moon before. It's been canon. She knew how to use a katana. Wow, that's so godlike. What? You know what? I feel this is canon in my eyes, at least. So she made up using a katana. Sorry. That's what. She never used one herself. So she just took care of the sword. And has a sword fetish. Mekakawa. Look at Hisui confirmed. Nana desu. What?
姉さん、いつの間に私以上に話を持っていませんか。まあまあ、そこは気にせず。
I wonder what she looked like. I would say show Miyako. Aww. Oh, they're so special to Miyako. That's so sweet. They treat Miyako right. I like that. Yeah. Compared to Akiya, you know Akiya, she don't want anybody near Shiki, no matter what. I kind of like that relationship with Miyako and the maids. And that's so nice of Kohaku. I wonder. I hope in Melty Blood, at least Type Lumina, I hope Miyako become like a third little sister for these sisters. These sisters are so nice. I like them. Yeah. Like Kohaku and Hisui. Well, we know about Kohaku.
Hisui, little sister would
the
be
real
pretty
lore.
Cool.
I don't know if they changed it though. I heard they ease it down.
Hisui being an Onesan, I would like to see that.
Right.
There's me doing my thought. You can hear my full thoughts in my video.
Future DLC character, Triple Maids. Hisui, Kohaku, and Miyako. Oh, cake. Oh wait, Hisui cake. Uh-oh.
I forgot Hisui can't cook.
That's a joke.
Yeah.
So that's the lore, dude. So that's the lore from Hisui Japanese sword, right? Her, what do they call it again? Excuse me. Her last arc, Tono Blade Shiramana tree, right? Basically, Hisui has a cutlery fetish. And then it's showing in the Take Moon manga that she was possessed by a demon sword from the Tono family. Right? And they expand the joke even further in the Type Lumina arcade, Hisui arcade. They continued the joke decades later. It's pretty cool. So with that, let's take one last look at Hisui during her last arc. Now that you know all of the lore, for most of the lore. There's still questions about Shiki being a mask and all, but maybe he's trying to assassinate somebody. And then Akia had to snap out of Hisui out of it. So that's it. That's the lore of Hisui, last arc, and Melty Blood type Lumina. So with that, I appreciate everyone that stopped by. It's been cool. Please like, subscribe. That really help out the channel. And I'm gonna head out. Later. Bye.